Well, here's a quick video update on everything that's been done here. 418 put on 32.5 miles, and oh my goodness, has it been it's been good. Nothing to complain about. Got the transmission in, of course, obviously. New hood cable working like a charm. Oh, this thing is just purring away. I love that you can't even hear the valve train. And if you notice a little bit of smoke as I open the hood, and we're burning off some undercoating, some custom transmission undercoating. My filter didn't have any clamps because I figured maybe we'll see what the barbed fittings will do, but they blew off yesterday. Luckily I was in the driveway, so I wasn't out somewhere. I think I'm gonna have to get a new rear power steering hose because I think it's leaking just a little. So here's that, and yeah, fluids are staying up. Having a grand old time, just shifting away. One radiator fan kicking on. Check the trans cooler, see how hot she's. Well, it's not so bad. Toastier, but that's how it's supposed to be. Help alleviate some of that heat, so that's definitely a good thing. So must have gotten the lines right if it's, getting cooled before it goes in somewhere. Doesn't sound like the idle's perfectly perfect, but it's not bad either. So hood latch working like a charm. Got this dent semi knocked out, so that's definitely nice. You get a little close and you can see my handiwork. It's a little I didn't even need to get that high, and there's a body line underneath this, because this comes down, kind of rolls, and then rolls again back behind the bumper. And I started out prying up here. It's like, dang it, no, quit doing that. And then I was prying down lower, and it pushed it out for the most part. So I'll just have to have like a professional just kind of flatten that out if they can. But just because I like to be as close to perfect as possible, and if you can flatten them out, that'd be great. But we got this wheel pretty well up and down. I got my adjustable link, and the description on Rock Auto was private label, and I got it, and I think it says SPC on it, and it came from Napa, and it says it replaces the Moog. It's adjustable, but I was not fond to see it wasn't Moog and it wasn't greasable or anything. But I don't know. It almost looks like the wheel's kind of like this instead of like that. But I don't know. We'll see what the alignment says. But the car track's pretty doggone straight for a custom alignment that I did in not so long a time. And it's like this side we're gonna need that link too. I know it's hard to tell. Let's see here. I don't know, kind of like that instead of like that. So not a huge deal, but it's definitely better than the other side was, that's for sure. Still trying to avoid the exhaust because it reeks like burnt mouse pee. I just wonder how long it'll take before that crap finally burns out, or if it will. So we'll find out. And I reused the brake pads that were on here, so they're kind of breaking in a bit. I think every other one's working pretty doggone good. So it's been a bumpy road, that is for sure, but it's a good thing this car rides pretty frickin' smooth. I wish the seats were a little softer, but other than that, it's a frickin' smooth ride. So crappy tire. The car soaks up bumps, so we'll put it that way. At the moment, the tires have flat spots, and so you can imagine what that's like riding on. Not too bad, but ain't perfectly smooth either. But still, we'll be waiting for a while for our check to come in so we could order the rest of that rear suspension. But we'll get new tires and stuff when that comes in, and get feature rims, and got rocking the Vanilla-Rama. I like that stuff. That's what my Cadillac came with when I first got that. Man, that's a good smell. It really is. Just and it helps overcome some of the residual mouse pee that's in here. So, which is coming from this area mostly, and the shifter don't help. But I'm pretty sure it's mainly right in here. I don't know. I think it's this pad. Oh, you can't see it. Well, you can. This pad right, whatever this pad is, I'm pretty sure it's that, because I'm pretty sure they were peeing on here, and it was getting down back behind there. So that's always fun. So I don't know. That's why I haven't put the center console back in, because I'm going to see if I can just clean up, or if it's the brackets or something that stinks. I don't know. I just got to try cleaning some more. See what happens. But oh, she's holding temp, and coolant staying full, so I don't think we have head gasket or anything like that. My loop I do is about 4 miles, so I did that a couple times already, and maybe 3. Maybe it's less than 4 miles, and I don't know. It's a decent little loop, but car's doing great. No flares, no nothing. It just shifts, and it shifts pretty smooth. So it does have some of those 90s Honda things that I noticed when I had my 98 Accord, where you come up to a stop and then it comes into first gear. Not complete stop, but as you're rolling up to a stop, in about 5 miles or so, you can feel it kind of into first gear, and it's like, okay, I noticed that with my old Honda. I'm not too worried about it. It is what it is. And I checked all the screens and solenoids and stuff, and they're all cleaned up. So it is what it is. And of course, we'll have to get some Honda tranny fluid into it. We're rolling with the Valvoline that says it's Honda approved. So we'll have to get some Honda stuff and do a drain and fill 3 times and whatnot. I know the idle likes to fluctuate when you kick on electric components. I noticed that with my other Honda too. But can't wait to get the AC done. Hopefully, dang it, I wish the check could hurry up and come. I could get that stuff ordered, because we're supposed to have upwards of 70 this week, and it would be a great time to frickin' do the AC in warm weather, so you know what kind of cool air you're getting instead of sucking in 50-degree air, But I still got to get a new cluster, replace the plastics on this thing, and I found online a kit that you can do a plasma background for the gauges and whatnot, but they want like $100 for it, and I'm like, yeah, it's a bit much. And with the LEDs I put in here, it looks pretty cool at night anyway, so I just want to find a kit to do that and the radio, and I have a different bezel kit coming, so I could put my double din basic Pioneer in here. And that's got fancy lights on it. I can make it match all of the LEDs I put in here, so that'll be pretty cool. But yeah, it's a Honda. It's a 98 with HomeLink. It's semi-loaded. Thought about maybe if I could find a way to add the heated seats in here, that'd be cool too. So it'll be driven in the wintertime. So yeah. Gotta give her a real good wipe down. I told everybody that when I get the plates for this thing finally, yes, it's not terribly legal at the moment. It is insured, but it's not. I'm waiting on my papers from the DMV. They said the lobby is closed, but you could drop papers off in the drop box. So past Saturday, today's Tuesday, I dropped them off. They said they're open. Well, the website and the banner on the side of their building said they're open 8 to 12 on Saturdays. So I dropped the papers off. I'm still waiting for a call back because they said to leave payment method. Well, how am I going to leave a payment method? Because if I had left my debit card, well, I wouldn't have it now. I wouldn't be able to go buy anything because I don't use cash. So I wasn't going to leave a check. I don't want to write down my credit card information and leave it in there. I don't think so. So they can call me. I left my phone number. Because I'm sure they'll have questions or something or other. So I'm just waiting for a phone call when we can go finish this stuff up, go get some plates and take her into town. The first thing I'm doing is going to get a car wash because she's pretty dirty and I want to see what's underneath. I just gave it a rinse down. I didn't use any, well, maybe I did use soap, but I want to see what's underneath it and try some polishing and see what comes of it. And then we'll have to dabble in clear coat and do the roof, since the roof's the only thing with paint peeling, and we'll have to maybe ceramic coat the car so, salt helps, or the ceramic coat helps deter salt buildup and crap like that. So, and dirt buildup, that'd be great. So that'll be my first trial with ceramic coat. So it's a good cheap car. I've got a fair bit of money into it now, but you know what? I mean, the car runs like a dream. It's driving great, and with new rear suspension, this thing will be just mint. So that includes new rear struts, new tires, and I mean, frick, you can drive this thing another 200 and some thousand miles, 300,000 miles. And I mean, parts for this thing are just dirt cheap. I just love that. Anytime there's gonna be a problem, it's probably like 20-30 bucks. Oh, an engine, 300 bucks. Just something cheap. Nothing over the top, all $5,000 for a transmission. No, it's 450 bucks. I mean, that's not too bad in a weekend's labor, but I was waiting on just a shit ton of parts. Because I was like, I'm in here, the stuff's old, it's been sitting, it's rusty, crusty, I just want it replaced. It's going to be nice, it's going to be neat, it's going to be done right. So I just waited for parts, and then this would break, and I'm going to order that. And I'm not going to go to O'Reilly's and buy them. I'm going to order on Rock Auto where I can save, 60 bucks on a part. I mean, stuff like that. And the biggest weight was the cradle. I had the transmission about a week before I had the cradle. And so that was not helpful. And then when I went to finally go put the spindles on, the upper control arm on the passenger side, the stud snapped off, and I'm like, well, shit. Now I need to do upper control arm. If I'm going to do one, I'm going to do both. I'm going to do upper control arms. We're going to do lower control arms. We already had sway bar end links, so I was like, shit, the whole front end's getting done. I already had tie rods because one side was a little loose, and just everything's getting done. And this car is just going to be really nice when it's done. I'll have to see if I can adjust the idle. She's sitting just a little high. I don't want to turn it off, but there's a little setting. At least it's not turds blowing out. The first time I fired this car up, that was a rude surprise, and you just had turds shooting out at you, and you're like, what the hell? Didn't stink too bad, surprisingly, but it was not a pleasant thing to have shooting at your face. So, I just love the fact that everything works now. And new heater box, I got the blower motor with it and everything. So, I mean, no rat's nest, because there was a rat's nest in the heater, the blower motor, so I was like, man, how am I going to clean that? It's going to be a freaking pain in the butt. No, now that I've ripped this car apart and put it back together again, I feel like I could do it all over again if I had to, or if I could start buying these things and flipping them cheap, well, frick, you can flip them cheap. Oh, it needs tie rods, needs ball joints. Well, frick, that's only like $100 for good parts. So, heck yeah, I'll do that. But these things run pretty doggone good. You clean the trans solenoids so it shifts like a dream with Honda transmission fluid. Put a cooler on it and filter, and you got yourself like a bulletproof Honda. So, heck yeah. If people knew how to drive so they didn't total cars. I know not always. That's my biggest thing. Is I'm afraid to put work into stuff sell a vehicle and then have someone drive it 5 miles down the road and total it. Well, this person came out of nowhere. Well, I drive down that road how many freaking times a week? I never have a problem. Oh, well, and I understand people are going to start freaking out because they say that. Well, I'm sorry, but what is this? We're probably going on 8 years. Yeah, we're going about 8 years that I've had my driver's license. And I've put on over 100 and some thousand miles. I know it's not a lot, but I've never been in a full-fledged accident. I've been kind of close, mainly because of the snow. But, everybody says, "Oh, drive safe." And I said, "Oh, yeah, fast and loud." And Mom's always like, "Well, be careful, everybody else." And I said, "Well, I don't know. They'll have to watch out for me." I mean, I don't have a problem driving down the road. It's everybody else, it seems like. So, I don't know. But it's like, I don't want to see all my hard work go to waste, And I understand some things are inevitable. Some things you can't help. But I just hate to see it. I hate to think of it. So, to think about selling a car or a truck that I put so much time, effort, and had so much pride in, to see that kind of just get crushed down the road, golly, man, just cringe. Call me weird, but it's one of them things. So, well, I hope you guys enjoyed. There will definitely be a few more updates when everything is said and done and cleaned up, spiffed up, and like brand new. So, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Alright, God bless.